Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, as baseball season gets ready to start, and like I said, I'm gonna cover MLB. I'm gonna cover MLB this season. Not a lot, but I will. Time to time do some baseball videos. So I've been asked to do, you know, the MLB. I've been asked to do videos in regards to MLB. So I'll do some baseball videos. But one of the reasons why I stopped following baseball because I used to be a big fan of baseball. I really have. You didn't heard me talk about this particular subject. You didn't heard Two Raw talk about this particular subject. You didn't heard some other people talk about it. You didn't heard Ticket talk about this particular subject. But I'm about to really kind of go in and put my stamp on this. You know, um, Next year will be the last year, from what the reports are saying, that Barry Bonds will be eligible for the Hall of Fame. You know, so basically, if he doesn't get in next year, he won't ever get in, pretty much. I got to say this, and this is just the honest to God truth. What they have done to Barry Bonds is just despicable, and it's just hot garbage. People want to sit up there and bring up the alleged PED use, but here's the thing. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And they have never been able to prove that Barry Bonds has used performance enhancing drugs. Do many people believe Barry Bonds has used performance enhancing drugs? Well, probably so. But once again, you couldn't prove it. You don't have any proof. Now, we all know the Balco situation, and we all know what happened with Greg Anderson. Greg Anderson was Barry Bonds' trainer. He had ties to Balco. And when Balco, Victor Conti and company got busted, keep in mind, there were quite a few names that came up on Balco's client list. Sugar Shane Mosley, a few other people. But the main one that they was trying to get was Barry Bonds, because a lot of writers hated Barry Bonds. A lot of media people hated Barry Bonds for whatever reason, because they saw Barry Bonds as a uncooperative, nigga. Barry Bonds wasn't a media guy. And I don't hold it against him. It's his right. He doesn't want to talk to the media. He doesn't have to. But a lot of people didn't like Barry Bonds because they felt like he was disrespectful to the media. He didn't respect the media. You know, he didn't think of them as anything. So he made them feel beneath him. So, a lot of people had it in for Barry Bonds. Don't like it. That's unfortunate, but it's factual. So basically, they had been looking for something to attach to Barry Bonds, something to where they can have something to stand on. And then when the Balco situation came about, not to mention Jose Canseco's book Juice, where he basically outed a lot of baseball players who taking performance enhancing drugs, PD, steroids, whatever you want to call them. But like I said, it was all about really getting Barry Bonds. Does race play a role in it? Of course it does. Most of the writers are white. Most of the Hall of Fame voters are white. And I know people going to say, well, what about Roger Clemens? Roger Clemens was a sacrificial lamb, and then different strokes for different folks. A lot of people didn't like Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame as well, but this isn't about Roger Clemens. I'm not talking about the white man. I'm talking about the black man. At the end of the day, Barry Bonds belongs in the Hall of Fame. I think it's bullshit, and I think it's fucked up what they have done to him. This is why a lot of people believe that writers should not be the sole voters in who gets into the Hall of Fame, who doesn't. Once again, Barry Bonds has 1 year left to get into the Hall of Fame. If not, then it's going to be difficult. I think enough is enough. I think that Barry Bonds has paid a stiff price. But at the end of the day, you're not supposed to. Now, baseball call themselves, determining who gets in based off merit. But if that's the case, why is Ty Cobb's in the Hall of Fame, who was a miserable, racist piece of shit? Now, a few years ago, they had writers that tried to call themselves debunking that Ty Cobbs was a racist. Ty Cobbs was a racist. Everybody knows Ty Cobbs was a racist. And I'm not listening to no writers that try to come up with their own theories and say, Ty Cobb's family member said he wasn't racist. Okay. And John Wayne wasn't racist neither. Yeah. When John Wayne basically said it was okay to exercise white supremacy until us black people get more educated. you fucking hunky cracker. But nevertheless, I mean, Barry Bonds, I just think this is just a travesty. Why he can't get in. I mean, come on, man. I mean, enough is enough. This has went on this has just went on far too long. He should get into the Hall of Fame. And that's it. You couldn't find nothing. You couldn't get Greg Anderson to roll over on him, and you still mad. And you should have just put him in the Hall of Fame. Oh, we suspect. Well, you don't have any documents. Or you think you have documents, but you don't got a confession from Barry Bonds. And technically, Barry Bonds never failed a drug test. I know my history. I do my research. I'm not going to listen to anybody that's going to come here and try to, counteract what I'm saying or contradict what I'm saying, because I'm not even going to pay attention to you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to block your ass. That's it. That's all. And if you want to pull it, so you can't have a difference of opinion without getting blocked. Well, not for this particular case, because this has just went on far too long. People are sick of it. Enough is enough. I think Barry Bonds should get into the fucking Hall of Fame, because people, including myself, are tired of this. We're tired of it. Barry Bonds needs to get into the damn Hall of Fame. And so does Roger Clemens. Now, if you want to put an asterisk, then that's fine. But look at Barry Bonds' numbers. I'm going to run Barry Bonds' numbers throughout this video. If you believe maybe 200 of his home runs may not be legit, or they may be tainted, you could put an asterisk, like I said, but you still should put that man in the Hall of Fame. And that's just facts. Barry Bonds belongs in the damn Hall of Fame. Like I said before, you have Ty Cobbs and other people who call people the N-word on a regular basis, who said he didn't want to, keep in mind, it was pretty much proven that Babe Ruth was half black or black, because when Babe Ruth wasn't, playing baseball with the New York Yankees, he spent a lot of time in Harlem. I guess you could say he kind of hung out with the brothers a little bit because he knew what he was. And then his adopted daughter said that, Babe Ruth admitted to her that he was half black, or that he was black. I mean, look at that nose. And they said on a regular basis, they said guys like Ty Cobbs refused to stay in the same hotel with him, saying they didn't want to stay, you know, in the same room with, with the N word. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, this has just went on long enough, man. Put Barry Bonds in the damn Hall of Fame. Real talk. He deserves to be in there. And I really think that it's time for these writers to call the other writers out who want Barry Bonds to be in the Hall of Fame. Call them out and say, okay, enough is enough. Put the man in the damn Hall of Fame. Real talk. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.